morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Thursday, April 5th, 2012. Just as a note, there will be no broadcast tomorrow on Good Friday, nor will there be a broadcast on Easter Monday, the Monday coming up. Broadcast will resume again on Tuesday. Well, this was to be expected. The latest hedge fund titan has also now jumped into insurance. John Paulson, who of course is heavily involved in insurance with his effort to break up the Hartford, which he owns the biggest single individual piece of, has now joined with Validus Holdings down in Bermuda. Mr. Paulson contributed $500 million of investment and is going to be managing the equity of a new entity that's been set up in Bermuda called PAC Re. It's a capitalized Bermuda Class 4 reinsurer. It's going to write top layers of reinsurance programs in the United States in time for the June 1st U.S. renewals. And moving very quickly, Mr. Paulson, of course, gained fame in 2007 when he made $3.5 billion by short-selling subprime-backed mortgages. The storms in Texas over the past few days are beginning to come in with some final insured loss reports. The McAllen storm, which was down in southern Texas on April 3rd, is expected to reach tens of millions of dollars in insured losses, according to the Insurance Council of Texas. And the dozen or so tornadoes that touched down in North Texas in the Dallas-Fort Worth area the other day are expected to produce similarly sized losses. There are claims adjusters on site there now. The U.S. unemployment rate is looking good. It's improved now to its lowest level in the last 4 years, when the government released information today showing that weekly applications for unemployment claims dropped to 357,000. According to economists, when unemployment apps are consistently below 375,000, it means that hiring is going on. The rate is now 8.3%, the lowest in 3 years. Down in South Carolina, Duke Energy's Unit Number 1 Catawba nuclear plant tripped offline yesterday due to a loss in off-site power. This is according to an automated report that they had to make to the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Operators declared an unusual event. The event was apparently resolved in 5 hours, and the off-site power was partially stored. The incident posed no threat to the public, according to Duke Energy. This morning at about 3 a.m., a pipe 20 inches wide buried below Lower Manhattan that was placed there in 1898 burst. Talk about aging infrastructure. 4 feet of water were seen in subway stations and subway tunnels in Lower Manhattan. Pictures from the local newspapers in New York show Lower Manhattan streets looking like rivers. Subway service was partially restored this morning. The inspectors of the New York City construction group are saying that the age of the pipe is likely a reason. In San Diego, there's a nuclear plant called the San Onofre nuclear plant that's been shut down now for the past few months as people are investigating what seemed to be a deterioration of the pipes carrying contaminated water away. The difficulty is that as the coming summer months approach, it's expected now that there are going to be brownouts in the area because the twin turbines that are gas-fired plants in Huntington Beach that have been retired earlier this year were partially dismantled after retirement. The gas lines feeding the plants, as well as 3-foot holes, were severed and cut in the boilers. So as a result, they're racing madly to try to get those plants back online before the warm season starts. But if you're in San Diego, you can undoubtedly expect power interruptions this summer. One of 2 pipelines in southeastern Turkey that carries oil from Iraq to the Mediterranean was blown up this morning. The Turks are saying, without blaming anybody just yet, that it's most likely Kurdish terrorists. Explosions occurred near the southeastern town of Idil. Here's something interesting. The hacking group Anonymous apparently went on to a number of Chinese government sites in provincial areas in Chengdu, which is a 25 million city. It's not so provincial. Listing instructions to Chinese citizens as to how to get around government blockages of internet sites. Apparently, the English language messages included things such as, "Dear Chinese government, you are not infallible. Today websites are hacked. Tomorrow it will be your vile regime that will fall." According to reporters on the site, the attack was interesting because the group Anonymous had previously stayed away from attacking Chinese websites. Well, what's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. It's all too often that the Chinese government blocks websites so their citizens can't get to them. That's the news for today. Since there will be no broadcast tomorrow, I wish you a joyous Easter or whatever celebration you're having. And there will be no broadcast on Easter Monday, and we will resume again on Tuesday. Thank you for watching.